What a fun find! Hi, and welcome back to the Wicked Thrifter Resell channel. We're back at it, thrifting at a few different Goodwills in this video to see if we can find some items that we can buy and sell and flip on eBay for a profit. This was my first pickup. I initially thought this might have been a Blanco glass piece. It was not, but I still grabbed it. Blanco right now is selling fairly well, so keep an eye out for it. Here's another art glass piece. It was an art glass knot. There was no signature. The signed pieces tend to do better than the ones that are not. These generally are mass produced in like China, so I left that at the store. I end up picking up this Raku pottery piece. It has a stand with it. I probably should have left that behind as well at $8.99. I'm not going to make a ton of profit on it, and it'll probably take a while to sell. In this video, you'll notice I pick up quite a few pieces of pottery. This one was signed by Nelson. They tend to sit for a little bit, but they are still worth it to me to pick up, though in the future I may be more selective since I'm a little heavy in the pottery in my shop. You'll notice here I grabbed this one as well. This one was $10.99. The signature is harder to make out on this piece, so I'm not sure who made this. Definitely vintage. Some of these vases I'll pick up if they're signed, but that one was not. Here was an art glass, blown glass piece of blown glass vase, a fan vase. I choose to leave that. Here's another piece of art glass. This is more mass produced. They can sell fairly well, but they take a while. They don't sell for a ton of money. So I chose to leave that behind as well. I do grab this. I love the rustic or primitive, crude nature of the finish on this. So I grabbed that at $8.99. Going forward, I think I'm going to try to be more selective on pottery. I have so much of it sitting in the store. I do grab these. They're by a Mexican artist. The Padala mugs, I believe is how you say the name. And they're made in Mexico, and this was a creamer and sugar set. I don't usually come across them in a pair like that. So I scooped that up, and then also here was a matching set of mugs. This is an Aztec pattern, I believe. And they only wanted $6.99 for that, which I thought that was kind of crazy. So it was great. So I grabbed that right away and put that in my cart. Some Christmas mugs. Here I'm checking out to see if there's any other art pottery or Mexican pottery mugs. This one kind of intrigued me. If there had been more than one, I probably would have grabbed it, but a standalone at $2.99, it was kind of plain. I didn't grab that. And here was like a fairy lamp, a tea light candle holder. These don't sell for a ton of money, and they wanted $10.99 for it. I chose to leave that behind. Here's some stone candlestick holders. I've actually been lucky enough to come across a couple of Glassy Baby votive holders in the last couple of weeks, so I'm on the hunt, and I seem to be finding them, every few months I'll find one, but not a lot. And these were by Enesco. I thought they were cute. They might have been a good pickup for Valentine's Day, but clear glass tends to sit for a while. Some pottery bowls. They didn't have a signature on them. I chose to leave them behind. Some of these Aztec or Mayan sculptures can go for a decent amount of money. If they're signed, that's one thing to look for. Other than that, I'm not sure. I'm planning on looking more into that in the near future. I do grab these. These are a Target bullseye or like a dollar spot pickup. They're little vases, and it was a mushroom and a fox. So I do grab those. They won't sell for a ton of money, but I do grab them. I picked this up. It was only $4.99, and it was definitely old. It had a nice green velvet lining in it, so that should do fairly well. And I don't know a lot about these. Some of them are marked, some of them are not. I chose to leave it behind. I do take this with me. It's a signed piece of Raku pottery. It was $8.99, and on the inside it actually had a little brochure about how it's made and where it was made. And it was by John Clayton. Here I'm just going through the vases, seeing if I find anything. And this was the find for me for the day. Actually, I had quite a few really amazing items that I picked up on these couple trips. This is an art glass fish by Andrew Shea, I believe is how you say the name. I initially didn't think much of it. I just put it in the cart. It was only $4.99. I actually thought maybe about putting it back, but I ended up taking it with, and I'm glad I did. The price was amazing for what it sells for. And these were some Polish pottery bowls, but they both had chips on them. And then I scooped these up as well. They're Pioneer Woman champagne flutes. I'm in a ruby color, the Adeline pattern, and there was 10 of them. I never find that many in one place. And this was a nice picture. However, they sit forever for me. This was a little bit of a bigger one, so it would have taken a little bit bigger of a box. I chose to leave that behind for somebody else that would appreciate it. And I was really excited to find a couple of perfume bottles. Before I left, though, I do a cart edit, and I go over to make sure things aren't damaged that I do catch in the store at least. Sometimes they still make it home, but these, when I pulled the stoppers out, both were just shattered, so I chose to leave them. $3.99, they still were a decent display piece, but you couldn't have used them. I'm just scoping out the pottery or the planter section. Here I was kind of just going back over the cart once I put things back, and I did find this at the last minute. It was a sand art painting. Navajo sand art paintings can do fairly well, especially if they're the larger ones and they're framed and matted and signed. If they are signed, that is a big deal. They usually are worth a lot more money. So keep an eye on those, and you can look them up. I had paid $10.99 for that. So this one wasn't signed, so it probably won't sell for as much. I did grab this vase you see up there in the corner, not the horse, but this vase you'll see. It doesn't have any markings on it, and it really intrigued me with the double dragon or serpent handles. And from what the research I could find, it looks like it should sell, between $150 to $170. At this location, generally a lot of the items are priced up for resale. They usually use eBay prices on a lot of the things, so you have to be very cautious when you're buying, because sometimes they're priced at the top of the market. I scooped up this or picked up this Red Wing pottery jar with lid. Usually I don't come across them with the lids. They're usually missing the lids. And at $8.99 I thought I would grab it. Even though it's a more generic or plain pattern, which is like a wheat pattern, I still should be able to make a decent profit on that. This was interesting. It was like a large dice or die. I'm not sure how you say a single one, what the name of that would be. I'm just checking out the figurines one last time. They didn't have a ton on the shelves in this section. Hopefully now that it's the new year, people are trying to clean out and will be donating some more items. Keep a lookout for Madame Alexander dolls. This one at $8.99 wasn't really worth it. This, however, floored me. I wish I would have grabbed this as well, just because it's pretty neat and I probably won't come across that again. But they wanted $100 for that fireplace screen. Alright, that's going to probably wrap up our shopping trip for this week. Thanks for taking the time to stop and watch the videos with me. If you see anything on the shelves you think I missed, please drop a comment down below. I look forward to hear from you. And I should be dropping another video shortly. So thanks again. Please like, comment, or subscribe if you can. Have a great week.